Need some money.
Got some money?
We are impressed.
Always on the lookout for a place to invest.
With money in the bank, we'll be our own boss.
Good to have enough to suffer a loss.
All in and it's good in this neighborhood.
I'm knocking on wood.
Work around the clock, it isn't easy for the best of us.
Makes your life an undelivered promise for the rest of us.
Working for your wages makes the season tough.
Pays the rent and taxes,
But that's not enough.
To set up a gent
It takes more than rent.
won't cost you a cent. We'll build the stage, install the bar, add tables and chairs. Mirrors, painting, plates and forks, we'll even build stairs.
Sounds good to me if it's really all true.
What's there to worry?
I'm counting on you. It sounds so complete.
We don't miss a beat.
We're on Easy Street.
Just sign here, gentlemen.
Here?
One is for the lease and one is for the note on loan. One name's enough.
good.
That's my Willie. This way we get in trouble, he's off the hook. In short, what can work such magic? What else guarantees success? Like money can, money can, money can, money
The
can.
guarantees of a promise or plan.
What assures the ever-rising prospects of man?
What matters more than working hard to give you a start? Who can doubt the place it holds in each mind and heart? What's under it all? What's under? What's under? What's under it all?
First on board the ship, the Aquitania, we met Boris, a baron from Romania. We danced and drank, smoked and played the night away, but had to say goodbye at the port of Marseille. There wasn't time to cry, by then we'd met Henri. We laughed and wined and dined the time away to Paris. There we looked up Petrov, an ex-commissar, who fought beside Boris to help save the Tsar. Petrov taught classics at the Sorbonne every day. At night we toured the cafes on the Champs-Élysées. I said goodbye to Petrov when I met Pierre, an artiste from Montmartre with a romantic stare. Pierre showed me Notre Dame, Chartres and Saint-Chapelle, by which time I learned his gaze was just his fear of hell. Then we lost each other in the palace of Versailles, where in the hall of mirrors Frederico caught my eye. Freddie took me sailing on his private yacht, but near the coast of Sicily he almost got shot. He said they were old friends of his, he'd known them for years, then left me on the mainland and fled to Algiers. We toured the rest of Italy with Giorgio from Rome, who thought that he heard wedding chimes and wrote me such romantic rhymes. He tried proposing 7 times and then we came home.
I work to build up my dominions, wrong or right. I have developed some opinions. Don't be fooled by anyone who tells you, trust me, I've been schooled, and I can tell you how it must be. Business is business, no matter what a man may tell you. Business is business, he only wants to sell to you. Children, believe me, we businessmen have intuition. Don't be deceived. He might work for the competition. Loyalty calls you to keep the family business quiet. Trouble befalls you if you go talking up a riot.
For when a stranger's drilling you, you know he's got a scam. And if he keeps on grilling you, you know you'd better scram. Business is business, no matter what you think you know. Business is business, he only wants to make some dough. Business is business, it takes some shrewdness and some style. Business is business,
you have to go that extra mile.
business is business,
Start out small but keep on growing.
business is business. Got to keep those profits flowing. Business is business.
A great American institution.
Business is business. It's even in the Constitution. Business is business.
No matter what it is you do.
Business is business. No one can do the job but you.
What is in the news? I sell you for 2 cents. Get up to date. 1928. Stock market all in a rush. Brokers amazed at the crush. Bulls are trampling bears. Record high prices for shares.
Paris and London scrap packed.
No other country had backed
Seen as a new victory.
for open diplomacy. What is in the news this morning? For 2 cents, hear all the views. Prohibition blues.
Nightclub raids causing distress.
Hoover alarmed at bad press.
Dry raids are called to a halt.
Election day is at fault.
Smith takes a stand against drives.
Making the strangest allies.
Business fund swell campaign chest.
Labor says Smith is the best.
Anti-Saloon League says enforce laws on the books.
Round up all the bootleggers and jail all the crooks.
A saloonless nation will live longer, they say.
But it's the price of liquor that will kill you today.
What is in the news? I sell you up to minute late deadlines, nation's top headlines.
Did Philly's police chief extort?
Here is the latest report.
Chicago police filled with dread.
Friend of Capone's filled with lead.
Boston art club's had enough.
Hates modernist crazy stuff.
Florida investors lose.
No one is found to accuse. That's the news.
What's in the news?
That's the news. That's the news.
Business is business. Start out small but keep on growing. Business is business.
Got to keep those profits flowing.
Sure, but they were all mine, and that's what matters to me. Business is business. A great American institution. Business is business.
It's even in the Constitution.
I set up shop anywhere, doing anything, and I'm happy. If it goes under, so what? I start another. Business is business. No matter what it is you do. Business is business. No one can do the job but you.
I was blind, but now I see the blessings of private property. Let me tell you how it's gonna be in my ideal society. Apartment buildings 20 stories high, profits will climb till they reach the sky. Let me tell you what I wanna do, make every street Fifth Avenue. Office buildings made of steel and glass, corporate heads will be the ruling class. Iron, coal, silver, gold, oil, gas, production and consumption no one can surpass. I was deaf, but now I hear Wall Street's calling in my ear. Buy, sell, buy, there's nothing to fear. Profits keep rising year after year. Little lady, you can bet you ain't seen nothing yet. New York is such a magnet for the moneyed set. Workers arise and organize. Forget the lies of Bolshevik spies. A fella's not a man until he's had his sip of the strongest drink in town, private ownership. I was lost, but now I found the gospel of what is just and sound. With climbing profits, this all can come true. I'll make every street Fifth Avenue. And when I'm rich, guess where I'll be? A grand chateau in the wine country.
'Cause after all, you'll be so very bored to tears and find that after all your work and all those years, there won't be much left that's fun to do. When every street,
I'll make every street, when every street's Fifth Avenue.
Once I was a lonely one. Life seemed to pass me by. Trouble was a good friend of mine, but today life is fine. Pain, I never looked for him. Didn't have easy life will be fine.
A fog, I can't see clearly an answer to all those questions about who to be or not to be. I'm in a fog, it seems so crazy to grow up and feel so hazy, as if I'd been tossed way out to sea. Overnight the world has changed, what am I supposed to do? Where's my place in this rat race, a flash and ballyhoo? I'm in a fog to find myself grown, fearful and so alone, not sure what will become of me. What am I supposed to be doing? Writing prose in a garret? Down on my luck? Or chasing the news? Raking up muck? I'm in a fog. Let sunshine burn it off before long, to help me make a choice clear and strong about who the hell I should be.
Hot, sulky rhythm, uptown in Harlem. Listen here to what I tell you. Ain't nothing better to wake up out of the blue. Hot, sulky rhythm, uptown in Harlem. Listen here, madame and monsieur. Ain't nothing better by way of a medicine cure. Strike it up. Soft, silky solos down in the village, the place to hear bohemian jazz. Sip on a cocktail, forget the razzmatazz. Soft, silky solos down in the village when business is taking its toll. Sit back and listen, forget the rigmarole. Strike it up.
Swells from the east side get worked up and crazy whenever Dixieland starts to play. Dressed up in sequins, ladies get carried away. Swells from the east side get worked up and crazy when moving with percussion and brass. Dressed up like penguins, they soon forget all about class. Strike it up! Some city slickers at all of the hot spots from lower east to upper west side. But nothing gets them like a jazz band hitting its stride. Whenever music starts to play, forget about the part you play. Let down your hair, forget about your cares for now. Forget about your ex some more or the exchange. Leave behind the business day, throw yourself into the fray. Let down your hair, forget about your cares for now. Let yourself go with the harmonies, melodies, however strange. Strike it up. Up to you, but listen to me. Come to Hell's Kitchen to mix with the best company. Uptown, downtown, east side, west side, the social set is all in a trance. After the follies, the night is still young. Looking for mischief, you're feeling high-strung. Neon on Broadway is flashing romance. Where do you go to be seen but the best place to dance? Come, strike it.
Oh my God, what have I done to lose when I should have won? Each time I set up for success, I end up in an awful mess. Life, impossible life. Life, impossible life. Oh my God, what has gone wrong? I've been in business so long. I curse the gods who test me so. What are my odds? I've got to know. Life, impossible life. Life, impossible life. Someone tell me, what is my crime? Who has deceived me? Somehow I'm trapped time after time in this life, impossible life. Life, impossible life. Oh my God, it's all too much. Am I old? Am I losing my touch? How can I bear my daughter's tears when she asks what I've done all these years? Life, impossible life. Life, impossible life. Am I past my prime? What's wrong inside me? Somehow I'm trapped time after time in this life, impossible life, impossible life. Is this just a dream? Can't just be a dream. Never mind, I'll find a way. Let fate find itself other prey. I'll make of my calamity the greatest scheme you'll ever see. Life, impossible life, this impossible, oh, this impossible life, this impossible life, this impossible life. Oh.
You thought it was enough to have dreams. Instead, you got caught up in your schemes. It's harder than you thought way back when. Think again. Think again.
Ah, nonsense. See how far I've come. Bad luck, we all have had some. You left before I could count 10. Think again. Think again. I remember you when you were naive and sweet.
I remember you when you couldn't make two ends meet.
I remember you when you couldn't get on without me.
Why don't you learn from the past to work at something you can make last? Success is not a question of when. Think again. Think again.
Well, look who's giving advice. Before you do, you better think twice. Remember who stood by you back when. Think again. Think again. I remember you when you'd almost die of stage fright.
I remember you how you wouldn't put up a fight.
I remember how we would argue all night.
I remember you then, it all seemed so right.
I remember you when you couldn't get on without me. How could I ever listen to you?
Because you trusted my judgment.
That was my first mistake.
You trusted my judgment because I'm always right.
Then how come I'm the one who always has to get us out of trouble?
Because you're the one who's always getting us into trouble. Yes, sir.
First we did import and exporting. You said, let's go for broke.
One has got to beware.
We did warehouses. You said, we'll get rich quick in one stroke. One has got to
But
beware.
you brought in those crazy bootleggers who burned the place to the ground. We invested every cent we had. What was it we found? We found only grand illusions. You call yourself a businessman. What kind of a businessman runs through 11 businesses in 10 years?
If I hear that one more time, maybe my problem has been letting you decide what business we go into. Yes, sir. Next, it was the time you said mail order. We can get rich without doubt. One has got to beware.
Only thing you failed to check into was what we would be mailing out. One has got to beware.
How could I know we bought that business from black market racketeers?
We invested every dime we had, wasting all those years. Living on, just living on grand illusions.
You're the one with the brains. You masterminded all these schemes looking for a quick buck.
You never complained.
I never knew what was going on until it was too late.
You never wanted to know until it was too late. Yes, sir.
Then we thought the time was for bet making to make us Wall Street genteel. One has got to beware.
Living like millionaires when we were down at the heel. One has got to beware.
Maybe I've had some big dreams and grand ideas that never quite arrived. Even though we've tried almost everything, we've barely survived all of our grand illusions. Grand illusions. Grand illusions. Grand illusions. Grand illusions.
One so safe and so secure, can this be me? In such fear and uncertainty, my whole life seems a mystery. I thought I was so mature, so worldly wise. I was never caught by surprise, and now I find a life of lies. Do you think my father's really crooked?
A bit shady.
Do you think he'd kill a man?
No. No, he doesn't even know how to hold a gun.
So safe and so secure, I did not see what I might have so easily, for I preferred the mystery.
The fog, I saw so clearly the answer to all those questions about who to be or not to be. Out of the fog, I took some chances that brought me to my senses and told me my time has now arrived. I was hibernating in a world of fantasy. Life was only passing by and not including me. Out of the fog, then I took hold, and out of the fog did something bold, vanquishing my rival and revealing a promise for so much more to come. of the fog. Seems as if because we're together, change comes in the course of the weather. Morning brings a clear sky of blue. Out of the fog, sunshine and light bursting in surges, and my unexplainable urges are real to me now that you are here. Near me I see clearly what was once just fantasy, but now I have you to help break through to me. So out of the fog, the world has come alive and I'm reeling. Now you and I have found in this feeling a promise for so much more to